I should even think the whole of last term, President Akufo-Addo had that.
Yes.
I think the last time may even have been, if you have been with 218, I may have come here one or twice. Interesting. The one friendship. MPP was here in station queen. What a request there, Hanma,
so President was me person Madam Wasi. Omanfm person Madam Wasi
most media houses are aligned to a party, but they are objective. Doesn't mean or aligned into Asamoah.
Yes.
But they know where they stand. And so you don't have a doubt that you are that down, they will organize. But
yes,
this is what we are lacking. And you are one of us.
A number of people are or more babiti or TM across. Oh, Sana Hana Miti, then I mintia Simbia, Mokanokre, and T Eguso.
I know people complaining there, Muni, Facebook. What's the difficulty?
I know complaining. Right up, be one. Oh, what can it be?
Someone, I join him. You and me, and just more money, Mamma Shana.
No, Facebook, I Facebook, but I bet me so I call YouTube now. I'll show
Matt. You are in the social media space. Most important.
Why no Asamoah Boateng?
Asabi. Me kono wal me fi edosia ebasa na me fi asenso a chekakra na wo mo kono mo asante achim was the book na obi osu kono was and what it seems so me ma me no offer no wo anta adua no wo kono muzo so mostly I grew up there but ma me fancy the great Commentine. Na papa here is wanting kono but he actually fi grabbing in Suta. Beautiful. So that's me. Anyway, but in terms of the public spaces, me feel as if 1976, maybe 1819. But now, General Champo Akafa, Bibi of the Union government. Nancho nyaze bon nkabom de jaze papa no mom no pede na ratsalo wa be ku on pede ko no san ka fa de foforo ina no campaign esen nam ka onam school nyo so ye ezinya hujim honna bi hia oye Omanfm CCL o chiri oye na da kwakufu ado no onye ni ofa William Oforiata so make I know people's freedom movement for freedom and justice. I'm the secretary with them. But look at the briefcase. Nice young man, very active. I met him, I met Pawili, I met Sabuku Jeto, Uncle Sammy, I met Tommy Thompson. Oh, there was this Cape Coast lawyer, young lawyer with him, Brody Mess. So I've come a long way. A jumbo, Angena, Yakufu in the floor. Akufusu, Bear Busume Basos, and Rollins will you. So 1981, 79 year election, PF in a UNC na PMP. Yen Domophone Muche Bid. Vitosu Kofa PF, na Pawili na Kateche for Mukafa UNC, na Aram Ponsanum. Yemuche na Leman. Oberfilm. It tells me a political lesson very quickly that division doesn't work in anywhere. In fact, if you want to do, so you got to unite. Now, funny enough, saying na you lose power, all is able to lemana. Now, me don't tell me escape for no MP for Santiago South.
Yes, Santiago.
Don't no cover your so the magical fire, Diase Praso. Na Kusapo offer as a church north about Ukruma. The fire Johnson Domiabra. Politics no crowd. The plan was that Jamina maybe MP or Santiago South. Okay. I would have time now, president. You got a constitution, 69 constitution, no Macron there, a minister, MP. It is a more for the minister, which was almost certainly going to be a minister. Then there will be a space.
Okay.
Benjamin Market. I'm not be a special assistant.
Okay.
I'm be a my share BBA. I could also. I ask him what for. I trade the you win here election from grass. We can't put the entire campaign. Then why be a daddy? I don't know UNC. If you bush near Marcher, near Batcher. Anyway, if you are not Rollins very cool, just 1981. The time when I'm at Medina.
Okay.
Nam ye Medina Student Union president. Maybe or maybe penny be now or friend divine petigo. Divine, I mean a divine KK. Medina and the Denta was our tough. At them time Yakayawana you. Now one you test when you do for you so but don't walk. I could go back on group. Now, there's another group of piano was for that's not Ghana show. When I went to meet him, Rollins was a baby. Anyway, my Kanya Yakoya Barrels.
Oh, Chinkoko no be.
I'm a quite a planning.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a cool. Son of a man, you not son of a cool. Second one, yet first one.
Okay.
79.
Okay.
81.
81.
Let me even go number 10. Nana had patron, the Madina Student Union, patron for the visa. A Roman Catholic bishop or no a reverend father, not a chiller. To Rollins in the Padipa and to watch your aging come. Then, of course, I had it now Rollins, Uncle, but you should see a rose offer, Auntie Vicky, your brother, Michael Susudis, Auntie Esther Uklu, some of them some school, Jessica. We were like a group from the voter.
Okay.
Near teaching cinema hall, no, Ninja, on the wire market. Cinema hall, be all right. They teach you. To us, you cool now from Menyon Obey, Osuma, Captain Pattington, them Muslim one, Wankasano. The following day, I think 3rd or 4th, Norma, I reached the Ado, ne Lieutenant from Ojamoka. Oboshop them right with the balance. Mokra na onyi na Uncle Kojo Chikata no ho. And I'm saying na chairman wa he na o se mo ntwa no ba. Chairman bay sit down. I'm saying chairman, something I need to ask you. First of all, we are students. 7th January we are going back to school. And you want us to do what? Come and plan and go and carry cocoa to Temaport. How long for? So tell me, when are you going back to barracks? So that we can also plan when we go back to school.
Going back to school.
Are you here to help me or ask me questions?
Do before complain.
No, maybe you're talking about Mali man about 2 years ago. While I hand over 79 September. Now, Ghana for you, I can't show the baby. Who asked you? Then he walked out on me. I realized that on team, which means do the job or you go home. Anyway, I did the plan. I mean, Chicho Poku, Steve Akufu, those are the gang leader that those days.
And you of Swakoko.
There was Swakoko. When you first students, you crow Achimda.
Okay.
Achimda, you can for about 3 or 4 weeks. You know, Mr. Dungo Crow, as a Gregua, the Biso, as a Pana, area when you are Indeed, in a middle for baby as they Yakupon or Chokon. Indeed, the whole America. Later on in the years, when you Rollins about your now pay actually him, Emi Damboche, Atakene, Sabakaya, or declare him wanted because you're telling against him. Interestingly, where I went to cut cocoa, one of them for that was across the border.
Okay.
If you are a big Kobo Nuku, I thought you're Abidjan. So, my co I made them with the sun, Abidjan. So that's how life. You do Hana, Jandam, for watching her across the border, no fun. I didn't be watching her, they inquire, you do her, you won't do Abidjan. Now, you couldn't border, there's no border, like BB watching the border. You couldn't higher Abidjan, higher Ghana. You could do a Boduku, you do like a Ghana for such a tree, see any more boy, now when the child be from Bauli for a tree. Okay. Most of them are from Insuta. Okay. The president who Nalaka, Nenum Sam Yamana, also a Ghana. This is no friend Kofi Buahin. Kofi Buahin, of Insuta. It's your crime. What you here do was here go sales by 2 weeks. Say now across the border with no papers in Gitare. But you're calling Kita no chibi from Vitosu. They are former offender Claudine, Ghana's former ambassador, no Ebusian ambassador. They are former You do know Oko France in see when watching hands, what's what may you want? No, what you hear, Bert, what you hear, watch. Then what you be some, why are they taking our Bert and watching them? Sudan. No, I'm our police. Police in the case you Bert, you know, watch I head over cost. I don't got to. What you got to 2 weeks. Yes, underground. Yohana, Daku police paying a rabbi friend, they would did you son? Because Obana, upon your choke, or salute no moon, some pressure be abandoned. You do an according into order chair. Now, what me you go and come my SCC on a crowd in your profile. Interestingly, here I shall say, I began. Within a week, we were in the house of the palace of the president. I said, now, Claudine, you're eye specialist to the president.
Okay.
It's all quite school for that is nature. So, this is the life then, your son Bagana. Because now, rolling some of your propaganda, they just students, you want to demonstration, you don't bourgeoisie, him, Papa Musica, Mr. Papa to go no, Mr. Topano, and I yes, you're battery. So we came back. We came back to Ghana.
One free Cote d'Ivoire and Kobe before we are back.
Yes, your course 83. 93, we have a course 19 June 1983. Rawlings was taken out of the system. No, I could see the I knew na kwashiga be say as courage. Na me funny crazy. It you be am nyanko but me who the wa be here national organizer MPP me no batch na me so courage. 1983 ya ko yi free na wo be say no na be say. Anyway, so this is my life. Na yes am by then me by now the Dambo choose no what tech. Ntina Kumasi is safe akakra. Ba akra no that moka bisi junction there wobechim me school wobechim and my last paper I didn't write it at the grade 2 me control paper or Professor Chuma Sinifi. Okay, no yeah lecture I had him invigilator maybe I was going to straight back to Kumasi and then back for Koto John Bilson Pai Willie
not just a politics no started from student politics.
It started with Conwood Massacre Conwood Massacre I call Conwood Massacre yeah election papa. Senior prefect, Daniel Hall, entertainment, ECBBA, lecture commissioner. I hear election proper. Until you are vest, be a road was in the you know, your baby, a friend of Biafra for you know, as in first class. I don't know what it's. Anyway, so that's how life began. And the second time I'm cry began, one of the man fat bundugu. That is another lesson in life. Don't use one route or don't let yourself be predicted. Always change your pattern. No, because second one, man fat bundugu, man fat abengro, make a fire, you waf. Okay. Tigobo. The other man was called Abidjan. Every time, any in particular, now we declare me wanted with my graphic front page. Okay. And it's a man figure now. This time, you know, one of our friends was killed, Chirmejan. Okay. Boateng, the brother. He was killed. Bad. And so they are Hans Jabba, young treasurer, news treasurer, watching the tomb was someone prison. On your summer, could you to walk a ship? It's all prison for. Tiago, I watch there. Tibuko do Abidjan and my sister paying from London. Tibuko do London, Somanda. Okay. Go to London. Now, but the Moko Conservative Party, I am a touch on the party because they were propping up Lawrence. What's your bringing into a proper up? How the coup happened and Rawlings was following the Libyans' approach and Ceausescu, East Germany. It was a grand plan to take over the West African region by Gaddafi. I feel now English government has said this is a serious matter. Yeah, Ghana, small countries. It's Sameka, them town as you do so Liberia. So it was a plan. Then Linda Choka, who was the Minister for Overseas Development, sat up. And tell me, I mobilized J.H. Mensa, DeGraff Johnson, who was our former vice president. I wrote from Paul Manso, I have decided, the papa, or I say. Shanko Bruce. So CP before now, you can't go domophone. That's how we presented a group called the Ghana Democratic Movement.
Fast forward, I understand I'll be President Kufuor movement.
Member Quabruchin, I'm the President Kufuor, and Papa. Rawlings by now, yet to cocoon on our model. And the media information there, the American government was pushing Rawlings. The revolution will not work. In China, something similar to the union government. Now for other parties in Bob. Sebeka Busia ne young union government. Now for other parties in Bob. Sebeka Busia picking people. So even a member of Victor Usura say that this is the plan. Until you must as well join him. The time they go support Akishim. Nana Anafiko quarter. So then they decided that J. Kufuor should also be part. In Jokoya, Secretary for Local Government.
Yes.
Manson American now sounds so if you go then they were not having a good plan. Now, no what's wrong? About no about tie. No what's a time pabwa. No one's wash a suit. That's what became over. So he then resigned. So I knew J. Kufuor then. Until no club reaching Oba Bob Black Council, Mobra. Into Oba Namaka airport. That's how we plan the Yasanko Ghana. Now, a democracy number. If I can you push Yama, just a started referendum.
Okay.
See, it was a Abwa Mawaya referendum there. Why are you still in Abuchi? And 2000 June, July, before the general election. And then my boy, my election. Them time I knew that Dambuchi. No, your general secretary Sabakaya. No, didn't watch no honor. Your party didn't watch the Oma. Your party showed Oma. Dan Mayana. I go here. We are Ninu. So Dan helped as general secretary, and then I came in to help out. When Japan was at the strong room, Dan was taking results. At that time, Sabakaya and my community social Western region, one strong party chairman. So we combined. Now. You're bad beam. Remember now, I'm bringing you for Sabakaya. That all my speech was Independence was Crusader. Crusader, no Casana. Make a day. Now, you're put high, channel Pahini Yoko. Now, I will be damaged. Menkaji Pako, a party bringing was none of our home. So, go down in your beer, many post with you. Honor Mutubakal. No crowd to that in the field. After that, we said, "Look at them that what Benebu here for cast us off in the mum." Also, boy, I see here. Now, to the channel for him here. The Okatam box full of keys. Keys was one number. No, other basic made more. Big thumbs off in. Namokro, Jake Musi. Said now, many Jake are so close. Sabakaya. Namokro Jake, don't see Jake in the channel. Where are we going? There was a party going on. They were not even listening to me. And I'm saying, but Jake, come. Tomorrow morning is Monday. Where are we going? I said, Sabi, wait. Party in your team. Doctor, I'm a good for police legal.
Okay.
No, hotel Bishop. The Turkish fire restaurant to be one child. But also party go for Namuda will be Asamoah. Number Croy, Castle Street. Number the key. Me try all the doors now, me label all the keys. I started the whole process. Now make sure I had a president Kufuor Boateng, I had a Jake Boateng, chief of staff. I mean, I'm a share. Obi aso so mam. Maybe na man so picture baby am aso betra. Now me teacher I do am teacher baby by me tell me. Teacher by na mam te ho. Na me tell Jake tap operate do kopa se make ya. I no pause ora. Because your communication expert. And then me by 6 na me te castle. Paperwork director for Ibra, action is taken immediately. Turbo investigation, Odoko President Kufuor, them Tana Kufuor State House. I'm not meeting now. Obushi Bakamo, Asamoah, that is in that Asamoah Bakamo, Ferdinand Naim, Obakamo,
and go from Fanny Craig.
Naim, Waka baby, when the baby called accident to be and you know. And a few others, and as I said, so we were working at the castle at the time. Nimunana, Mayor Homecoming Summit, which was one of the most successful events. For Kufuor's speech was that out on the time when Ghana and that's how I took my cue to do my first job, which was the Homecoming Summit. Maybe in a national economic dialogue, so all the political parties and the civil society and everybody was put together. The economists. We did it for 2 or 3 years running. Now, Kufuor who me human on the sideline. No man years in Kakra. Say me agunani. I can talk a bit. na kufu sa akola we ya fa na me she mu na ko be ya de akola we akola na ni de do ya fa na me come. That's how I became a deputy minister of information.
Okay.
And then I come here. So he put me under a calmer person. I mean, I'm actionable person.
Yeah.
When I come here is
calm.
So you want to you could now. Although me chene pay campus now me more active than him. But when I came back and I was like Charlie Montombo. So me na Andrew Awuni. A very true party. I know and you can cause trouble. You cause a man here. Yeah, but no, I can set it back now. So that's how I learned my rules. Then I'm also very grateful to one civil servant, a friend Kofi Sechiama. If you grounded us in public life, young people on training, because now Kufo was scared there. I'm afraid you're on agent. Not surprised. You're bad, you man, the trouble.
Mamma, no, as in Omanfm say, and they were Asamoah Boateng Edika. Now, with all this experience, how do you link this to becoming the national chairman of the party?
Your wealth of knowledge and experience, it's valuable. One, it tells you that there's a political party that involves a lot of people. To one country, then my friend, my called Bobo Dambo Chinese, my boy Takanese, my boy Yinese, Cheddar group. Now, one cook a day, so I understood group work. My background class, you feel so, mammy, a panotuni. Panotuni ni ban nyawa nko na topano coffee topano wobo pano opepancha sim you need everybody on board. And so I learned a group work, how to relate to people. And when you relate to people, the number one thing you learn quickly is respect and humility. So when you are sorry, now when you are so but you need to show that you are able to accommodate a lot of people. It's only one lesson. Then the next one is to be able to articulate your views. Say politics and and to articulate especially group party for was one you are almost dead. And you need to find a way around it. And that's how I learned my roles as communication or information minister. And we ever down, you see the E-levy become a difficult area. I'll find time for that. If we don't get our own party people to understand it, and they rather are opposing it. Right now, that's what is happening. Our own party people, hey, what's going on? Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. We need to explain, and maybe it's a bit. We took time to do that. We may have done that. You should have done that a bit earlier, but doesn't matter. On your late. So you learn how to communicate and how to bring your own people together. And then one might this is relevant to a friend and chairmanship Asamoah making. On your there, my minister there. Na I'm charge the Mr. Member of Parliament, Second, Omanfm West. A very difficult area. In fact, it was a CPP. Koku Bako, Papa was there. Kofi Bako, Nkrumah's defense minister. So it's a strong NDC. You know the CPP metamorphosed into NDC somehow. And to break their back was not easy. But I had a plan. The plan was actually, in case I go and later make sure the tricks of the you probably beating in but he was on the other side and we broke the back of the NDC. But unfortunately 2018 yes Lucy combination of factors. Part of it was Mills was almost gaining grounds and all the coastal all the coastal we lost. I was a target, you know that, and of course there was a lot of propaganda but propaganda. And I remember one of my colleagues, NDC, Colin Dada, I called him, Mr. Mikrobnicrasini, also from Mikrobnicrasini, Sabaka Kufuaya swap between me and Bushi in June of 2008. Just to swap. Obviously, go to information, Bushi, go to tourism. We do parliament, Colin Dada, oh, the Papa, the home. Oh, person you propaganda, the propaganda in NDC for there. Also, so you want to do baby. The house, they are not to me yet.
Oh, share baby, our free bar. Those days, about permanent times and seasons, assassin. So politics na assassin, abandoning young people are them, young ideas are them, and we have your mind or cop. For example, you live you cry by, resistance are in parliament in terms of numbers, a hand, any idea. How do you link up? How do you change your style and then to be able to become the chairman for the party, especially breaking the 8?
Yeah. The two things, one I didn't finish, which was my experience as a minister and an MP. And as he said, the Director General or CEO of the CEOs. So the corporate environment I've gone through, so I've got experience as a Minister of State and a Member of Parliament. So that worth of experience gives me a leverage. You should know what goes on in Parliament. You should know how the CEOs are operating to bring money to the system. You should know how government policies are done, especially at the cabinet table, and how cabinet subcommittees work, how the system works. I know all of that. So that gives me an advantage over most of my competitors, most of them. Then the second point is how things have changed. And now it's more of agitation, more of what you do. You do is that you bring people on board and build consensus. And these Americans, my boy, me call it that. My friend Munia, because my friend Nikrasini, and to Tobico actually, I told you, it's my first cousin. Uncle Quachi, you saw Uncle Quachi say some you are Uncle Quachi cap price or not so we are not strangers. And in politics, you don't go there fighting. That's not the first stance. First stance is to reach consensus. Even with the NDC, talk to them. Because I believe we all want the welfare of the country. We all have it at heart. Their route is different. They are more of a leftist, socialist tendency. But I know the socialism doesn't work. It didn't work anywhere. And it's a mirage. It's nada. Socialism is nada. Ibisa me man say but Mr. Metim was a crobadusha, you know, the Kwame community no crook much no say acrobo. Now Nkrumah say socialism, but then more kind of bluff, more kind of change and say I say also I say simple, I say Dibi Mami Nibi. Okay. Dibi Mami Nibi. In Toronto the 2 million, normal 200 that you always be. So it's like if you read the Animal Farm, it's like the pigs led the revolution against Mr. Jones, the farm manager. Mr. Jones was crying. I feel the pigs didn't would take over Mr. Jones in Pan. And Pan now was Mr. Jones. I want to work hard. No, what to trump and a boxer or the horse school. Or pigs in the same. Mr. Jones in the luxury. That's where the revolution started again. And so one type of politics on your Juma. I call them Frefre Kobo. Rollins and Bayoku or the Ichubu Bohasum and so they didn't have a clear idea how to run a country. Yeah, it's a grounded political actors. BJ Darocha, Peter Lajete, Kufo, what they call Michael Kwei. I'm just by a few, William Uforiata. These are people who have learned over a period. And indeed, their philosophy of democracy, Domo, is what is prevailing now. Now, you also need them because at the end of the day, we're all from the same stock. So, Kwame Nkrumah crab now you're UGCC. In fact, I can't recommending now a power grant or trying to ticket. No money suit to share. No obey. You know your whole secretary. None of that two CPP watching for. Watching for is the bedrock of politics in Ghana. You know that. My own constituency. That's where UGCC was formed, and that's where CPP was formed. Until if you stock up, makes the politics as Kakra. What happened is that we are from the same stock. Nkrumah Chono. Victor Osu was in Nkrumah. JH Mensah was in Nkrumah. Yet they became part of us. So if you look at it carefully, we are not enemies.
You have the history. How do you translate this history?
137 member of parliament. And at the background is that I mentioned to Tobico, I mentioned Collins Dana, who's my friend. I mentioned Yirechre was when I left local government. Yirechre came there and he used to talk to me. Look, one typical example. Bobby, nurse, defense minister, Goyongo. Mark was director of information. Maybe Ben was not catching landing. Timokro, I'm your deputy to Jake in Penn, no NDC. Jake, don't worry. He wants to come back also when he become a minister constable. He's dangerous. But maybe I'm not called London. Mark in meeting Koma. I'm saying, Mark, I know you're an NDC, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you're going to say, Medoba and Cran. Ejuma Messian, America. Against my home bachelor. So the score was settled then. So Mark did fantastic job for me. Indeed, when this guy became defense minister, Mark Oyongo no watch now, he calls me. It's as I can also tell you, Mills, you said now, Professor Mills, now our lecturer will go. In fact, at one point he was anti-Rollins. I don't know whether you know this history. And to me, Rollins in running mate and vice, I was shocked. But it doesn't matter. But Mills, somehow, many could war TB Joshua. You know, I used to go there. And I learned them. I learned about them. I know them. So the point I'm making is that in politics, we know ourselves. We have to run a country. Two political power. Why are you fighting? Why can't you reach consensus? If it doesn't work and you want, then you will go by the vote. But you work your own political party grounds well. Then we are stronger to negotiate or talk to them. But say anyone period 137 now, then they have the numbers to cheat us in the way. Because what would they then I MP and the minister to why a short what is happening is that first of all, I'm calling on Parliament right now. There should be consensus. Here, like I say, you control and seats between. I mean, there are seats that we should not. I mean, you look at even for Minas.
My next question said, Obobo Edeba Parliament House. Why do you think, sir? Asamoah Boateng, the MPP should allow you to lead the party about next elections? I ever to any chairman of the great party, the New Patriotic Party. Ora Chairman Mafo says, Kofi Mafo, he says, yeah, as a B stayed in my school in 1982 during the cocoa evacuation in Rollins time with Major Kwashiga, then a captain, and Captain Pattington. Yes. I remember him very well, a hard-working and strong cocoa career. I know interest. If you are a hard-working cocoa career, auntie, with me, I party chairman. Okay, and me to adie to ebi aba me ba de aka no ye de ebeto so ma me nkai seconds air for e ma oniema wato omoton chest freezer air condition washing machine ene niema hodo a etete sat na woto ade wo mo ha omo cha ade ya ma start nem fan na ebe ma mobile phone ya ma mobile phone ebe ma kettle ene ma bi etete sa no e na omo de check omo bo no e wo fom pa anti kope bi to fan call for omo ben police station no fan call barrier abeka free pipe junction amasaman puku ase onsa ebe ka omo ho nsawam total filling station omo techima no omo wanchi omo asasewa nya bebre e na Kens F4 Mr. from numbers no na frame 0555 776 050 0555 776 050 and 0200 004 na oni wo eni nkomo yeguso aye registration e wo your sim card no star 404 hash star 404 hash na oni Kens what follow instructions no follow a near ebema wo bebusa say wo first name say chese ebema nsem bebre wo di so abedru be bi no ebe ka chro se ko hotel coast no office near wo kwa moma ya ne say omo be fa wonsa no na yetwa mfonyini na chese wawie enti misre wa nemo ya de Ghana card na ye se wunyanya wo Ghana card a bomodin se obema wonsa etumi aka odie odma wo malaria ebehia router Titanic enso ewo hwa no typhoid na router life nso ewo hwa boost immune system no na aboa manipadua no aye kama na yetu malaria no ye router mixture edro ye adwuma pa anti anope se wo malaria okọ kanhia unsa be kan bi Kens Walk Pharmacy ho unsa be kan bi sanso na Baseline Pharmacy ho unsa be kan bi Ekus Pharmacy wa shama anti ashamanfo monko Ekus Pharmacy na monyemo de wo frɛ 0244 503443 omonso eno ebedi enkomo eba phones dia Franco Trading Enterprise in fact phones no omo de foforo kra ba efe na eye kama otobicha ekoyie omo air conditions omo ton omo TV set I Brandon Franco na hodo no from 32 copy 55 inches. Now main office no adabraka Franco say on net Roxy Cinema na ehwe animo. Ono outlet no so abusu Ghana ha ba bia okọ omo outlet bia mu na okọ akoto ade a eniama no bo from auto online did ya na say from pa www.francotrading.com the honso kwa unsa ebeka bia no afre 0246 422338 0246 422338 na one Francophone di enkomo pani amene ne di enkomo no eye ora Asamoah Boateng kai wo se na 2 TV Omanfm FM and afi na radio eso na no pay ote yenka ora Asamoah Boateng wo gusu a wo ne party fo di enkomo enkomo di na ekoye
nyamena adomara okoye na dem mameka na izu enkomo a enyama ebie na odeye ode Bompay.
Okay.
Me method decision so charismatic church in Nipa.
Okay.
Same with them resurrection power in power.
Oh, okay.
And the resurrection power be or President Anthony Kojo Obaje so for offering and Usu and Sa.
Okay.
Mass of Unpinfo as I be diakon and bishop. Mamma not because Asamoah.
Okay.
And the defiance of Asamoah those days in the curfew time taught me that this is God's way of life. See, I won't call resurrection power a very good place to go. But you need to put it to prayer. Now, I feel you'll be honest. I mean, you must be straight. I mean, what you see is what you get. I find it difficult to lie. If I lie, you see it because the menu are correct. I look at you in the eye and I tell you what it is. Now, any amount of share party for the share, as you commit it to prayer, you must also go down to maybe I want to Aba. Oh yeah, I see I know for no constituency. One to about national, one to about region, one to about constituency. One was a polling station. Until Marco, when you was in Como. And you go with a message. Simple. You got to tell them what is it that you can do to cross that 2024. Number one, match up my background as information minister, as local government minister. Before my minister, and I am ground person. Grassroots, I was a party organizer. If I tell you I'm your first party organizer or land as a JH minister, or your party chairman, and my member of parliament, so I know the structure of the party. Now, what you do is that you need to go down and convince them that Mutumaya, the number one is that you need to bridge that gap about the apartment. I'm telling you, is there? Nobody can lie about it. Party food won't be free. I'm telling you. I'm a committee. Now, Momo be from Monfo, and a Mochicha de Hubi, and now NDC for Crane. Now, no, your teacher was the NBS alone. Me a match a party chairman work a time march or choice now. Here, say no about them, rather NDC Funabi. I'm telling you, even sometimes now, simple posting, young for the winner, then NDC people find a way to go. People are collecting money.
That's all now only this cigar, anti Ebanese.
Mama, or said the use on the cigar, some NBS there's all a different area. Cigar, I'm looking at the SOEs, but he the NBSS I say Ghana.
Apart from Niawoken, in general, I'm can't buy any. I'm
not taking myself out. What do you mean?
Okay.
Me I told them I buy you back. Me can't executive no. That's why I realized actually there's a gap. Now you need somebody who has been here and understand here to step in and try and convince them. You starting on your easy. And now more of them, more home. Miss Nuaba. The chop on them. The Grand That's the word I use.
Because of Pechaman in Tiana.
But even before that, when I was doing a cigar, I take my CEOs to villages. Okay. Our first place was Sogakope. The next one to Takra, the nature baby. And the other one is Okonkwetia. So I don't even organize it in Accra. Okay. And when we go party Waba, and one day they see the CEOs, they woman will be big Accra. So they know Asabi is always with them. As I make me picturement when that's how I was. And I'm no constituency in Vantaman. But my influence is there. Kwanza, Hayford, when the baby, when I'm funny crazy. Obayin, send them a lose to city. And it doesn't mean you give up and you fall down. Kwanza Bayan, I took Kwanza, like my brother. Near winning 720 margin over the NDC. We bear 2 months to the election. Ophelia Bay. Ophelia Now, Ophelia got more than Nikun. Ophelia got 3,712. And it's Asabi's influence as well. See, my background, maybe free. Because once you are a member of parliament, you have a base, and that's what I operate from. Now, the question I was answering is that you need to bridge that gap quickly. Because say I'm bridging the gap. Now you have party for now from Hobufu. 2024, and that's the message I'm sending to them. Bridge the gap. And when I say bridge the gap, it means I understand the governance attitude, way of life, and understand the grassroots. And so the policy could be now. There must be a formality of how even appointments I said. Me president before na me bia no papa. They go high to post cry. I hear na I am go phone from. I hear you party food in come but invariably there's no structure. Okay, at the end power. Party for now go to 2 American. How do we also get them to assess government? Board membership and deputy CEO, and there's no formality. So one of the policies I'm telling them is 40-60. Look, we are our president now. Then go for 160% of all appointments. No more 40. They want from my party for. Of my yes, 40% of ministers, deputy CEO, deputy. But yes, you have the bra. And she said 160% na one kasi one. Here 40% na we should mean. One kasi one you very soft for. And that is on the ground. People are buying into it. Me kuta them advantage ama babem. Me work grassroots na make kabum. So bridging the gap is key. Then of course we need to professionalize the party. Party I tell me the actual be for telephone just be as an second. And I'll operate from man paying on the echo was win. Hey, Jacob even pa bonus what you need president your way. So to lead the party. It's not true. Let me tell you why. There are two things about me. Most people know I'm a very calm person, but the starting information, and it's also the situation you find yourself in. Many of the show when situation demands it, and this is for anyone praying. When you're small, 2024, on your agro. But you see, when the NDC is behaving that way, you need a character that can face them. But not in the Ntokwa sense. What you need to tell them is actually is it Adama back executive by me the Kuma Bobo. Is it Kuma by me the true baba? Is it true by me the missile situation? So some of the bishop, so they will calm down. They should understand that you can equally match them. That one, yes, manually should how match them. But some said Marco school, what it feel so manual there's a structure, penny or there's a and I'm from I'm my own booby. So I understand that. But you can't change my character. My character is a sharp one, is get things done. But politics now, I'm not saying, oh, you're 4 years term. I mean, you're better now, you're today, 4 years, so you have a program, execute it quickly. And it calls for sharpness, somebody who is very articulate and who can communicate. So all my what's the shown, I also have a base that I talk to. America say nyama ko na America dey won am nyo kasampo many party mba wo go from wa wo wo chi wo bofu wo tie pa wo bofu awo penyama ntendem na pede yo ho krachi na e ka brofo all brofo maka I wish this continue to the holidays me yim ka papa now beyond that then this what's what the Takashiriba when you dem feel as anti mana now as I tell you for na be rough and na myself the great command time do you know the history of command? Abrofuna lampa were a slave trade. The Comanche slaves were the most difficult to handle. So they named Comanche the Great Command Time. Check the history. In fact, Comanche slaves was easy ship. When slaves were sent into bondage, how did they manage to get rid of it and seize the ship, Brunei ship? Now you must seize the ship and then when you baby Comanche for him seize the ship and he has a baby. So how you should know? And the Eco Surinam Sisi will crew our friend of Comanche. Most of the Dutch blacks are all like Liverpool, Van Dijk. You're sure that you're commenting. But this is the character I was born with. You can't change me to become calmer. I'm calmer when it comes to calm. Because I can negotiate. I can negotiate very hard. But I was in there. Okay. And this is the character you need. You need to, you see, party now, you don't energize them, you don't reboot, you don't recharge. You will lose in 2024.
Obia or prayer Konya, Obuha Onyin Huanim, even presidential level. Obia Yena Juma, Neba and Sana, or then the Orizane or Waja Juan at home.
No, mamma can't say, Mitch Amaduma, I say, could you, for when you see when I in mind, Fauna Crucia, Bessazan, Mika, Mamma Amaduma, your Crojasican, Nanipano super. Now, a school for be just can't college of Robert to be not open your pan your window. Walk or Beza or the Beza, your partner Indian pet. Maybe Abaha, President, you know, not the pan with the Beza, Beza, or the connection will be jumping over to Mamma the panel. Walk or demonstration. Mamma, if you don't know, supply a Jessica Training College, not Jessica Secondary School panel. Mamma, you do more in ye. Mamma the panel super. Now, that's how I was brought up. Menyazi, Kokwasa. Sada, many of the monk. Then I put my food, the 2 feet there. And indeed, number of contracts. You know, the sister, I'm over 60, my age 63.
Yeah.
But I do my exercise, so I look younger.
Yeah, you look younger.
Well, friend, me paying me send there, Mama, I should or so in June. Now, Minister Joseph, could you toilet? The Charlie man, I was now by Ministry of Public and Human who has been or the cigar in Abanti, 1 man 1 year account. Or June numbers meant to Honka, Namoko, Chief of Staff, sister. I don't remember the more of the time marshal. Oh, what time marshal says here, and sister, no, which I did the winter question. As I be my chairman, fly out in my bonnet. Now, when you have a sister, me 1 year, Mamma. Not to be unum, my penny cobo. To get in cobo, no from. I mean, a question from me general manager for FA, 9 year time, Master, they said, also, I said, your mouth 3 months, no young shake, because we tell myself, na cobra. So I got 3 months to September. To September, Mamma could have been literally as the chairman and a market, because some cassination. Because if we don't get 2024, now it's a cigar, what then this is for by 2025, I want to say cigar.
On your time, so yeah.
I'm a time,
and then I know my council resign here.
Now resign. Man, I'm in Quetia, my name is CEO. It's an annual event, I'm a catcher, because you got to pay your crow, Takradi, your crow man, so 2020, I because of the COVID. So 2021, many walk in Quetia. Nti wana manya amazing commo chief of staff na president with him. I mean with the Italian contract me nyambio and I'm also Morocco party chairman. So I need to announce to them that I'm departing. This is my last chance of meeting them as a group, as a CEO of the CEOs. And now I'm the one watching and what's my resign because that was September. No, November. I can't remember the exact date, but you're probably before December. And so chief of staff then gave me an extension that ended on the 17th. The reason why it was 17th, you could have gone to the end of the year. But the reason was that the national conference on Kumasi 18th to 21st. And I was preparing to go there. And I started politics. I remember my friend, my tenant, so Christmas is most of my friends. Now Christmas, there's not much going on. So let's end it on the 17th. And that's how it was mutually agreed.
Okay.
But the point is that I want to devote my time and my energy and my experience and my skills. Part of it is, I mean, you walk on your communicator. My information minister. When all your boat to go out there, and I want us to go there. The party must take a stand. Abana ya to Abama here. My man is Kasama Bibi and here near the bay. Or you're covered. COVID, baby, I know in America. Trump was struggling. Boris Johnson, Macron, and you want to Putin. Now, it's a Omanfm na kufado. One year smart. Now one taking some steps. I just much. I mean, make there. All by your friend. I say, but make sure nobody lay any worker off because say, you will that. Not if you're not in Germany, America, they will try to focus. We try trillions of dollars. Here, you have opportunity to be but me and my HB so because I didn't. My friend, a currency, you want to control it. Inflation, more control, but so what? Inflation, you're inflation. I will inflation that. Yeah. Inflation was kind of catching a boom. I campaign. Moko Granada, me catching a constituency phone. So what kind of campaign? Naka inflation. Chile, my not say have been one. Now, physical and inflation. to skak go nti yan ma room kakra mbrem na yan ma Ghana fo won ton yipa na hin ebe do wiase na ama mo akire wa na mewu nti ti yan ma room inflation on 12% kro ye
anje de nkomo no ebeba na wieye na straight away o strategy as the national chairman enye bibia na obetumi dia tudwa because bibi o ha de tudwa sa opposition for ebefa but ebi o ha betumi apone ho kakra so o be national chairman na edi na yenhwe animu.
Number one is to quickly engage the government and break that gap quickly. You were 2024 here. Here party man you walk on you're happy, and if you don't address that, you are in danger. So that's number one. So we engage the president. I'm somebody who can engage the president. Or you're my colleague. Or you're many several for now. Or you're your opinion. So and I'm mubun. And now why are they? Because Obia or yeah for when you're president. Now he's grounded. Now if you are a chairman and you are going to engage him and fight, that's what I'm going to say. Emi ye kaka no kwa the party man e poncho o ma hen nwan ko won kaka and it's easy able to mean them community and that is number one, engage the government. Number two, also find a way to energize the party base, which is basically here structure today. Yeah, to about my first and second vice na deputy he organized the deputy youth and Mr. Afo no kwa no home besia nenu abe no no twedom besia as ugbe for besia kasakra asem no odwe na ye hwe ho oye da kokrom ka for obi no vote deba, so we need to look after them. First and second vice me ho adwuma wozi e oda ye ma ho bibi ye bridge gap so ye ba ma wa akwa assembly wonye abana ka adwuma like local authority ma ye hu ma this ye ma ye nti wa ma this nko twa short na party na ye so yin mo hwe. The structure must be utilized well. That's our network or we be sure for one sort of now your first vice it's say onale huda why you don't copy bibi mobi
Tienana Asamoah Boateng wa Blakema Central. Good morning Omanfm. I used to campaign for Asamoah on radio, but I've stopped simply because he doesn't answer my calls and also not reply my messages, so I will soon campaign for his closest rival.
On send message, but of course, I shall my respond. Maybe I'll send a message 4 days ago. I now send up to catch it. Any power almost sending me to Blossom, and indeed, I don't pay me sending a message. So I now send you. I mean, move
about what's all cancer beach from UK. Now, as I remember, I saw the air, you man.
You may see about Mrs. Sakura, or you can write the papa about once with the Asamoah about you John and Ukun or Richie. Now, my Bahaman, my Baland, saying the whole saying to my Baba home. But you see, that's why I was coming to a test input and final call in 10 years. Why should you always be looking for Asabi? Why should you be looking for the Minister for Transport? Why should, but if we can get the structure of the party to work and professionalize it, you may not get Asabi, but take a party office or constituency office or the secretary to work, you have administrator, you have researcher also to work. Now say what problem in what more computer now? Here you was so na you baby and you want your problem solved. It's not like talking to Asabi just for nothing.
And Kofi says, please ask him as Siga boss, what did he do to connect the party grassroots to the state agencies regarding opportunities?
Mokrane 41 employees, no one American inheriting. If you are not a 126, and I can tell you, most of them were headhunted MPP people. That's all our answer. But you see, me a public officer, I want to also MPP from good things. So the process has to happen. But in undertaking the process, you make sure what I want to where your party managing access. And indeed, the people I won't tell you, you are going to find out. 126 in before I move.
Redu says, one thing he taught me is how to appreciate Konkunte as the best Zuleika.
It's the best. In fact, the Premier tell me, beautiful Zuleika.
I would say, and the brave woman that can beat national security personnel, Zuleika.
Honestly, I'm a pen. I can't a pen, Papa. And we feel good things that many tenants are not to took one of me with fear. Konkunte na that is Josephine. I know here is Sala for friend Colon. Colon is my favorite, and Konkunte is my favorite.
Okay.
It's good.
Say, I'll pass Odin Kabumuba party no more. Or no more you when in person or contest be Professor Mia Kumfi Ora Openia wa comprenum prensen.
I compare
Prenai.
Job no
17.
No umbrella.
Yeah. What's that?
Miss Umbre.
So abre.
I'm going to make a wabre.
I didn't.
I'm a friend. Me na kasa.
Na say o koche kra na onye experience.
But ono the
One ne kasa say onye. So onye dey.
See, you remember I said something in my presentation. I am a consensus builder.
Na me bebu say senti. How do you see them? Omo nyina.
We mu nyanom. Okay. In fact, I was with the team going to Koforia.
Okay.
And I'm balancing it because you tell me I mean, I'm not going to
support.
Oh, but me 2-3 weeks before that. There was a reason for that. You can find out. Take you are BIM president or you calm down. And for me, you don't need a confrontation. You don't. You engage. You tell them the truth, but you don't need a confrontation. And I didn't want the confrontation, our chairman.
Now catch them.
Of course, I told him. Ask him. I told him. So I'm Freddie Abunia Supo. Mokra Bijamini, a friend and Dambuche, you can tell Lucy Blaine or Kukudi. Na Treville, Uncle Leo, the Fede, the Freddie Abunia, but not Freddie Bissard, the CPP, and the CPP, but you have party here from the Freddie, so Uncle Freddie, the Indian or just them supported, but I did. In politics, a week is a long time. A month is a very long time. So
why would you say one support on?
Freddie. I didn't man support, but not supporting. Because maybe I'm not a confrontation. I had a problem. Here, President, I go further, or you focus, party, or you focus. Unfortunately for us, and so I'm not going to cry. Unfortunately for this,
and yes, 17 when you be and who did this time around, Tina, person cancel or confrontation to my free nature.
They be done with it. No. I also
in terms of the contest,
I also admit it's a form. I think they take it out of context. Obi awa compare and today you go as kusi. Some of them asante achoma aguguni. Watch kusi. Unchi kusi da. Ya kwachi kusi ya. Kusi na watch gugu as no born bebre. What you do is that also uko to born na we jaba akwa hona adwe fresh adwe je hono bae oda ho na odi jana gu ho no bom sa kusi ne sha obi omjeno na kusi awache kokwa as no born bia yehunu ye bon apaw enti wa ha na 17 mo born bia me hu ye na me so manim trick am de be ye no
na say
no sa me kwa na me dim born no na ma fa nkrama di machi say nkrama so nyina ho
and I saw them talk on the
metaphorical explanation. But I'm just saying that if I want to beat him, I must be clear in my strategy. Or more could be them caution them born. But no born baby.
Now who cigar advert crama bida buying my advert.
See, people forget where.
What I'm saying is, now buying institutions here, you know, no more.
Yeah, by Walampo Riff, make the e-levy asem, Yanka. May spread me party, but when I'm hotel. Merba, minimum, and e-levy no, Mambodo, how? Young party, or Benum, or the new police arbor. The party, me from shop Musabatel, Miss Sam Mitchell. Samon Tasa, when I would tell church him. Abani Biala or the Joto. Abani Biala in Abuchina or the two. Otherwise, better your one. Better create employment. Better in your space for economy. Because you know, somebody tell you about Babusha. Now, simply, you're wide in tax net, and I'm over the ones they need. Now, you're wide in tax net, a ban, it should be a mouthful activity wapa number.
Asamoah Boateng, Edna says, my regards to Asabi. I sent him a text. It has been years now, but no response.
Edna,
or UK. A fear, a free UK.
Years ago, so you have to keep on reminding me. You send a text about if you have send me my response. But I'm just saying to party people that we never tell me here.
Also for Kwakusi Kabua for saying Musa, in case you do not win, will you support whoever wins?
Of course. Oh, party Duma.
Okay.
My party Duma will win our way through. Now with that. Parties, now when I'm a kind of Imunia, I'm you can feel my contact, my sister, then China, in the man where then Java. I'm going to play the material. party called the man you Asamoah on your fair and country.
Okay.
But no quite the Namaka, no quite some year there. Yami Aduma, Mutuma, Juman, my breaky 18, or Babrofa, Maccabi. Oh, but there you want, I say, don't get now for example. Maybe many more because of first, Makacha catch Mamma from my was a mode idea wish you have Marco Friday Kakaway. I'm the shoot it will not be, but
I know now also a confrontation.
You don't understand what I'm saying. I'm not going to confront. I am telling them that their character of aggression won't die. And you know, between us, NPP and NDC, we know the aggression where come from NDC.
Okay.
So I'm just warning them there. That's the consensus.
Okay.
Because I'm for me and Kasa. Oh no, is it Democrat people? And then is it them bobo? Then he would then understand that So I am not saying that it's aggression.
Okay.
Consensus. If it doesn't work, he knows that he goes this way, there's trouble. So you come and sit down.
Yes, ma'am. 11. So 11.
Thank you. Asamoah Waban, Asamoah is serious. MPP for when I tell here I have minimum there what it should be. Now Sabi Yantatonsha a benefit. COVID is a Kobe Breba. But so government they're finding innovative way. Now innovative way is digitalization Wabi. And I get a phone. Remember when you have go forward register one phone. Phone is now like the most valuable thing ever. A number. And the government will look at it closely and says actually young kokaka. In Kitahuzin name there, one cordon tentema, you have parliament, why he kakra. But may appeal my union more way in NDC there. Let's sit down. Let's call for some compromise. They know the government needs the resource. In fact, it's not MPP matter. It is a government of the people of Ghana. And the man here the communication tax, hey, the man, if I roll in so the VAT, hey, the man. But in the end, we all compromised. So it's a compromise situation. But here, party for Muna Botel, don't begin to panic. Bakade, Bufu Kakao, no, I'm there, yeah, I don't want to ask, hey, because of you, Mumu Kakra. Service providers require force woman who will reduce more than 25%. Say, madam. Now, one professor, no one can say, MTN phone and Vodafone put it better. One a bomb one so MTN phone, a Nigerian phone, South Africa phone. Oh, better than you could. No, what GS Sky. I want better you can answer.
Yeah,
and that's a man I'm account. Don't worry, but now they established. And the American there, one boy are forced one, but there's still room for us to negotiate with them.
Okay.
But as the wider network, any choice. A government that sees activity here, we'll go there. We'll go there. It's normal. And this is by American run is VAT or the bay. They're going to quit or so look at yes, and then the was go to 17.5 here. Communication task. Without communication task, there's a hole in our financing. A year of the Russia, I'm not for you. Now, when you are there's another area which I can understand people, and we're talking to the Minister of Finance and other people. There's a wastage in the system, a lot of wastage. Or they're close to happen. Those are kind of areas that we have to, as we call for revenue, we must also call for the blockage. We must also call for less expenditure. But it's expenditure now, on your expenditure, or your roads, or your infrastructure, basically, the port, railway, or friendly, and also your employment. You start. Man, what opera you do? Until you make create a so, or your facility crew. I would have mentioned the church or facility crew. Yeah. Who me answer now of Francis, or Francis who won the bed. Now was now first. Now, when me answer the night. To some papa, you don't know of us, your friend, you go visit the walk. Go visit the walk, yeah, accident, no training, man. It has no crack roaches. Now, yet it's one, that could number one family, or best stay. By the time we realize, I didn't do, I will go visit the world. Oh. And she said, I don't know about for me and Tema. check official born na no we ntwa ama we wuntem timba okana papa we eli cause otiwa no ana official born wo fa ase obehwe me ono afa ho agu a me akokra me tifi he no di 96 odam pem 2 weeks wa so be no the way so say official born ta asa ncho wuntem jo mo kona ko papa di 100 and something. I'm just saying that I was for 90 crew MPP from Pamucho Muntimi Minister for Finance or Abadai on your wicked as people are thinking. President is not as wicked as you're thinking. On your day, was say, now, Yako Chapula, Nasa, Hocha, but now, some of them now pedetria, our pedal Osaka Usigan. Small percentage in the pedetria. Now, road never, I know when you're quite, and I did money, not Niaka fan one hit or fasting 90 crew. One year, Mr. Damesayim. Yemia obey yam hinala MPP for Marka de Mampin yes in Como Nancy Okobo Mamado Kakranta
Sir
Siga policy forum Mampin in my eyes
okay
because maybe I'm medicine and any Juma because near advert we started with State Enterprise Commission no Ebola that's you man I made some ranos me and this for you. Na you say man call Haruna Idris one man kan je Haruna ade amede be enye MPP before the state owned enterprise no mo boka nti mo me nyina yemfa so they backed the law you actually backed it Atoforce backed it indeed Atoforce put okay chem there one brain was starting na onya obi ozenyuma oye aggressive like me and I said you be do it so I built consensus there so 137 built consensus the Pamucho Mamunu Abamba Benyabutel the Chopa Kakra name, but Mamma abandoned you say. Abandoned you say, what's a confirm operated crew board on the sort on Sutsimbi. Mamma open every Pemubasa, baby, and I different Aban, Yabana, you're different Aban before seeing different Yabani Jaya, and it's for the one man, you're so confused. You're so confused, I went in here. I want if you want to wait for them, and then the people say, Equaman can't 11. I'm saying, now, who's wrong? So I won't carry MPP for Pamucho. NDC for the whole man, we will play politics, but we should be stronger and be a party that is prepared to back our government. When we do that, but when I say you are being, now you are being is ready. You are being is ready. How?
Nyame adumo channel pa ebehia production team da obi ase Asamoah Boateng na ye ne no edi enkomo no memidi edi ya amofa boache programs aka ne nyine to aso nyame adumo channel pa ebehia kro